Good morning, happy Sunday.
Proverbs 20 verse 7, the righteous man who walks in integrity and lives life in accord with his godly beliefs. How blessed, happy, and spiritually secure are his children after him, who have his example to follow. Proverbs 20:11, even a boy is known and distinguished by his acts, whether his conduct is pure and right. Mark 9:30, they went on from there and began to go through Galilee. Jesus did not want anyone to know it. Mark 9:31, amplified, because he was teaching his disciples and preparing them for the future. He told them, the Son of Man is to be betrayed and handed over to men who are his enemies, and they will kill him. And when he has been killed, he will rise from the dead 3 days later. Mark 9:37, amplified, whoever receives and welcomes one child such as this in my name receives me, and whoever receives me receives not only me, but him who sent me. Mark 9:39, amplified. But Jesus said, do not stop him, for there is no one who will perform a miracle in my name, and be able soon afterward to speak evil of me. Mark 9:40, amplified, for he who is not against us is for us. Mark 9:41, amplified, for whoever gives you a cup of water to drink because of your name as followers of Christ, I assure you and most solemnly say to you, he will not lose his reward. Mark 9:42, amplified. But whoever causes one of these little ones who believe and trust in me to stumble, that is to sin or lose faith, it would be better for him if a heavy millstone, one requiring a donkey's strength to turn it, were hung around his neck and he were thrown into the sea. Mark 9:43, amplified. If your hand causes you to stumble and sin, cut it off, that is, remove yourself from the source of temptation. It is better for you to enter life crippled than to have two hands and go into hell, into the unquenchable fire. Mark 9:44, amplified, where their worm does not die, and the fire is not put out. Mark 9:45, amplified, if your foot causes you to stumble and sin, cut it off, that is, remove yourself from the source of temptation. It would be better for you to enter life lame than to have 2 feet and be thrown into hell. Mark 9:46, amplified, where their worm does not die, and the fire is not put out. Mark 9:47, amplified, if your eye causes you to stumble and sin, throw it out, that is, remove yourself from the source of temptation. It would be better for you to enter the kingdom of God with 1 eye, than to have 2 eyes and be thrown into hell. Mark 9:48, amplified, where their worm that feeds on the dead does not die, and the fire is not put out. Mark 9:49, amplified, for everyone will be salted with fire. Mark 9:50, amplified, salt protects food from putrefaction and preserves it unchanged. Mark 9:50, amplified, salt is good and useful. But if salt has lost its saltiness, purpose, effectiveness, how will you make it salty? Have salt within yourselves continually and be at peace with one another. SunnyKim800.com. On social media, don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow.